Hello there, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create this bar chart in using Recharts. Now one of the difficult things about Recharts is it's quite difficult to customize certain things, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use SVG icons for the labels. As you can see on this, if you look at the bottom, we've got the heart and the clubs and diamonds and spades. So I'm going to be showing you how to customize the labels and use SVG images. So if I go to Rechart's document site, you can see that they have many examples of different charts. So we're going to be concentrating on the simple bar chart, and I'm going to be showing you how to use this code, because you need to do some tidying up and some little bits of refactoring before you can use this code. And I'm going to get the icons from Bootstrap. So Bootstrap, you go to icons.getbootstrap.com, you have hundreds of icons there. So I'm going to show you how to use these icons in Recharts. So if you like these type of tutorials, subscribe to my channel and let's get started. Now to start off with, I've already got a React app set up already, running npx create React app. As you can see, I've got the app.css and app.js and all the other standard files. So I'm in the app.js. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first delete the app function, okay, and then in its place I'm going to copy over a simple bar chart from Recharts site. So I'm going to go to the Recharts site, okay, and I'm in the Recharts site and I'm in the example section, and then if you go down to the bar chart, and there's an example for a simple bar chart. So I'm going to use this code and I'm going to copy it. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to paste it into app.js. Okay, so I'm just going to paste it in there. Now this code is not going to work because it's using a class component here, as you can see. So exporting a class component, and also we don't need, so I'm going to clean this up a bit now. So I'm going to first delete the import React, we don't need that. Okay, and we're going to keep the import but the components were imported in the Recharts. So that's what that line is doing. So I'm going to keep this line. Okay, then you got the data part. Okay, I'm going to come back to this a bit later. Okay, then you got the export default, the component. So it's exporting as a class component. So we're going to just delete the name part of that there, and we're going to turn it into a function component. So it's going to be function capital A app, open close brackets. So now it's a function component. So I'm going to delete that static DMO URL thing. Okay, so now in class components, you have these render method. You don't need the render method in function components. So I'm going to delete that render method. Okay, and the associated curly brackets for it. Okay, remember that there. Okay, so now the next step you need to do is you need to install Recharts. So because we are importing all these modules from Recharts, we haven't installed Recharts yet. So you go to terminals and new terminals, and you type in npm install Recharts. Okay, so this is what you need to run. I've ran it already, so I'm going to skip this part, but you need to run this before you can continue. Okay, so I assume you've installed it. Okay, so I'm going to continue. So if I save this and go to my browser, and I go to the app is running already. Okay, now I've got a blank screen here. Now this is because the standard code, the dimensions of the chart is using 100% height. Okay, so but we haven't set a height for for this for the root. So there's no height there. So I mean, I can just in the debug I can just put in something like 300 UX, and the chart appears. Okay, so that's why the chart is not appearing. So if I refresh, so that's why it's blank. So what we need to do is we need to go back into the code, and we're using this responsive container. So what we need to do is we need to delete that height, and then let it scale. And the way you scale it is you say aspect equals 3. Okay, so it's gonna it's gonna scale it by a factor of 3. Okay, so it's going to be 100%, and the height's going to be sort of a factor of 3. So if I save that, go to the browser. Okay, so now we've got this a chart displaying correctly. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to do some tidying up in the CSS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this style, which is applied to the app header class. I'm going to apply it to the root ID. So I'm going to say hash root, and this will apply this this flex centering setting, and it gives it this background color, so it just makes it look good. But in a real application, you would style it in a different way, but this is just a quick way of styling it. So I'm going to save that, and this is what it looks like on the browser. Okay, so now it's sort of centered it, and it's given it this color scheme. Okay, so then we go back. So that was in the app.css, and it was the app header. So okay, then now I'm going to go to the app.js. Okay, now I'm going to go and focus on the data part now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have just 4 groups. Okay, these individual objects are one group. Okay, so we're just going to have 4 groups. So that's the first group, that's the second group, and that's the third group. Okay, and that's the 4th group. So I'm going to delete everything from the 4th group. So that, and that. So I'm going to just delete that. So I'm going to have four groups there now. If I save that and go, okay, so I've got 4 groups: page 1, page B, page C, and page D. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to just have one value. Okay, now I'm going to rename the names, and instead of page A, page B, I'm going to give it different name. I'm going to give it cart suits, like so this is going to be hearts, and this is going to be clubs. Okay, this is going to be diamond. Okay, and this is going to be spades. Okay, so and then we're just going to have one value for each group. Okay, so we're gonna delete the 2 values from the first object, and from the second one, and from the third one, and from the 4th one. Okay, and if I save that, and then okay, so we got these 4 bars, and we got hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades on the label at the bottom. So we're gonna replace these hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades with icons. Okay, so I'm gonna go back, and all right, I'm just gonna rename this to value. Okay, just make it meaningful to us. Just say value. I mean, you can keep it as UV, but you can give it a name that you want. So I'll give it value. Okay, now now this value, because we changed this value, we're going to be, we need to go back into the, so we're going to go back to the JSX part of our app. As you know, we got the responsive container within there. We got our bar chart, and then we got a this is a Cartesian grid, and this is the x-axis names, and this is the y-axis, and we've got tooltip. So we're just going to do some cleaning up here now. Okay, so we're just going to have one bar. Okay. And we're going to change the data key value to value. Okay, now if I save that and then quickly look at the chart. Okay, so we just sort of cleaned it up, and we got 4 values, and we just renamed the UV to value. That's it. Okay, so the change was more in this part, not visually. Okay, so let's just review the layout of the our JSX here. So we got a wrapper, responsive container wrapper, and within there we got a bar chart wrapper, and within the bar chart we got our bar chart component. So just do a little tap there, and just to make it readable. Okay, so within the bar chart component, we got Cartesian grid, x-axis, y-axis, tooltip, legend. Okay, so we can tidy this up and just delete the tooltip and the legend. Okay, and and we don't need the Cartesian grid as well, just to simplify things. Okay, if I save that and go to the browser, okay, so this is how it looks like. So we don't have that tooltip and the legend as well. Okay, so so what we're going to do is we're going to replace the x-axis ticks, so the hearts, clubs, diamonds. We're going to replace it with icons there. Okay, so for that we're going to be add a tick property to the x-axis component. So so what we're going to do is we're going to say tick equals and open close curly brackets, and we're going to invoke a component, and it's going to be called custom icon. Okay, so so as you can see, we haven't got this component yet, so I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to say constant, and I'm going to say custom icon equals, and it's going to be an arrow function, and this arrow function is going to return an SVG. So I'm just going to lay it out. So I'm just going to say, for the time being, I'm just going to say SVG ... Okay, so it's going to return an SVG. Okay, so and this this arrow function will have access to props. So you say props. Okay, so and then you need to extract out certain values from the props. So using the spread notation, I'm going to say const open brackets, and I'm going to say x comma y comma payload. Okay, and it's going to equal to props. Okay, so what this is going to do is in props it passes values such as the x coordinates, y coordinates, and the actual value, you know, these values. So you can extract out the value and the name and things like that. So that's why you need the payload attribute. Okay, so once you've got that, then you can sort of construct the SVG. Now, at the moment, we don't have a proper SVG. So to get proper SVG, I'm going to go to the Bootstrap site. Okay, and now it's at icons.getbootstrap.com. So it's that. So I'll put this in the comments to go to this site. So from here, you know, you can get access to SVG icons. So I'm going to just go to the start, the search bar, well, the search field, and I'm going to type in cards. Okay, so we got all these icons for cards. Okay, so so I'm gonna click on the suit for club. Okay, and I'm gonna say open in another, because otherwise I need to come back to that. Okay, so I just looking at the club icon. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy the whole thing. Right click and copy, and I'm gonna go back, and then I'm gonna paste it in here. So, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of, so I'm just gonna, okay, that's much better. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a cleanup of this. So I'm not, I don't need the XML thing there, so I'm just gonna delete that. Okay, I got width and height and fill all these, so I don't need this class thing there. Okay, so I've got a extra bracket there. Okay, so I just don't know how that happened. Okay, so I pasted it in there, and I just done a little bit of cleaning up, and for this example, I'm gonna just give it a bigger width and a height. So I'm gonna say 20, 26, and 26. Okay, I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna go to the browser now. Okay, now we've got the icon. If you look at the right side, we've got this the club icon there. So because we haven't given it the coordinates to place it properly, so and this is where the x and y values. What I need to do is I need to give it an x and y value. So I say x equals, and open close curly brackets, and I say and we give it the x value that was we got from the props. Okay, and also we can do the same for the y value, which is equals to an open curly bracket, open close curly bracket, and it's y. Okay, now if I go to the browser, okay, now we've got the icon for each bar now, but it's the same icon. So the next task is to copy, replace these with the appropriate icons. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, to get the appropriate icon for that appropriate value, so the value in this case, we're going to be looking at the name values. Okay, so the first one's hearts, clubs, diamonds. So if it matches these strings, then we need to return the appropriate icon for them. Okay, so in our custom icon function, what we're going to do is we're gonna do this via if statements. So for this block of return code, I'm just going to add in an if statement there, and if and we're going to be looking into the payload value. Okay, that will have these values for the name. Okay, so if I say payload triple equals to, and if it matches the string clubs, then we're going to return this. Okay, now if it doesn't match it, then we're going to return another SVG. So you can have any other SVG. We're just going to return another club, but we're going to distinguish it by changing the fill color to red. So we know that if it matches, then it will output a white one. If it doesn't match, then it will output a red one. Okay, so if I save this, go to the browser. Okay, so just do a refresh just in case. Okay, so it hasn't matched it. Let me just see what's happened there. Okay, so it's looked at the, okay, so I put in payload, but it should be payload dot value. So I made a mistake there. So if I save that and go to the browser, okay, just so we got one that is white, which is matched, and the other one that hasn't matched is red. Okay, so now we know these if statements are working. So if I go back and then so I'm going to leave this at the end so that we you know this is if it doesn't match, so it doesn't create any errors. Okay, so we're going to create another three if statements for each one of these. So hot, clubs, diamonds, spades. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, okay, and paste it in here. Okay, now we're going to do the next one is okay, we're going to do hearts. Okay, so this one is going to be hearts. Now I'm going to go back to the Bootstrap site and we're going to get another SVG for hearts. Okay, so if we go back and go into the Bootstrap site and we're going to return the heart one, that one. Okay, so if I just open that in another tab, I'll lose it. Okay, so now the thing is we just need the path statement because we've already got the SVG. We just need to replace it with the paths data for that particular SVG because the other things are already we changed it so we can use these values. So we just need to replace for the hearts. We're just gonna delete that, which I've deleted. Okay, then I'm just gonna paste it in between there. Okay, now it's pasted. Right, so this is the hearts SVG. Now if I save that and go to browser, right, and do a refresh just in case. Okay, so we got the heart there, we got the spades there, and these two haven't been found yet. So they're the if there's no match, then we get the red clubs. Okay, so going back, so I need to go back to the browser and we need to get the next icon, which is I'm going to say the diamond, right? And we're going to copy the path element only. Okay, right click and copy. Right, then I'm going to go in and just going to make some space and just paste it there for the time being, because we're gonna copy another one of these. Copy. So I'm going to delete the path from there. I'm just going to move the path that I copied into there. Okay, so and this is going to be, I think it was diamonds. Okay, so I'm going to rename that to diamonds. Okay, now if I go to the browser, okay, and do a refresh, so I got the hearts, clubs, diamonds, and the last one's not found. So the last one is I think it's spades. Okay, so I'm going to copy the spades. So I need to go back again. Okay, and search for cards again. Okay, now so we're gonna do the spade now. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy the path for that path element. Okay, copy, right click, copy, and just gonna do that for the same thing that I've done. Okay, so I'm just gonna paste it there for the time being. Then I'm gonna move it back into return SVG value. Okay, so I'm gonna copy another one of these if statements, and then I'm going to check for spades. Okay, so then just gonna delete that path and then copy the one that I copied over. Alright, just gonna move that in there. Okay, so let's save that, go to the browser, and there you go. So I've got all 4 different icons now. So that's how you get different icons for the different tick values. So going back, just a few things to note. When you're playing with the SVG and you're cut and paste code in there, you've got to be careful you're pasting in the right code, because you're going to get into a mess if you sort of get the path mixed up and just miss out a tag or something like that, because they're long codes. They're really hard to sort of read. And also when you make these numbers bigger, sometimes it will get cut off because there is a limit to, the paddings and margins. There is a sort of a fixed sort of height that you can have the tick values. So you might get it, you might find that, it might get cut off if you make it larger. So also you can also give these, because I've given a fill color as current color, you can change it there, or you can give a class name. So class name equals to something like icon, and in the app.css you can say something like dot icon and give it a style, a fill color of say green, and if I save that and go to the browser, okay, so that that's turned green now. Okay, so that's something that you can do. Also, you can just delete that. Also, what you can do is these icons you can't give it a fill color. It's more, you can only give it a stroke. So just going to delete that. Okay, so if I go back to the Bootstrap site, okay, and I go back, and I'm gonna look at those cards again. Okay, oops, just type in cards. Okay, so these ones have fill color, so you can have the fill color to them, so you can change the color for these, and the other ones you can't. The ones that I copied doesn't have the actual fill color. Okay, it's only when you fill it, you just fill the outline. Okay, so that's something. If you want the fill color, you have to copy the solid icons rather than the hollow ones that I've copied. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and please subscribe to my channel if you want more tutorials like this. See you in the next video.